everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I haven't uploaded a video onto YouTube since I think November last year, so it's been a really long time. I've been meaning to, but I've been waiting for like the right moment to like start uploading again, because I do love YouTube. It's like a hobby that I have loved for a really long time, but things have been really chaotic recently and it's just not been a good time to pick up the camera. But anyway, I am going to film and show you something today which is so exciting. I've been waiting for this to happen for a really long time. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll probably know, and I'll probably bring you up to speed as to where we are right now. This is a big renovation update, by the way. This is kind of where this is going. We had a house that we moved out of in 2022, which was our first time together, which we absolutely loved. We sold that house. We had 3 house sales fall through. We moved into this house 6 weeks before we got married in 2022, and we've been here for like a year and a half, nearly coming up to 2 years. And yeah, we're basically in the process of renovating this entire house. We bought it as a real fixer-upper project. There's lots to do. Basically there wasn't really any room that was super savable. Everything like just needed completely changing or updating, or we just needed to put our own stamp on it. And because of the wedding and all that kind of stuff, it's taken us up to this point to actually get where we are right now. So we haven't like rushed into doing it, but also I suppose we have quickly gone about doing it, really, because we haven't been here 2 years yet. But yeah, I'm going to bring it up to speed. So we bought this house. We are basically doing a loft conversion, which is one of the main reasons that we bought this house, apart from that we love the area and we love the house. The loft height is really high, and it's actually a hip to gable loft, so it goes the full way across its full height. And when we had viewings and stuff, and we had talks with architects and builders, they all said that the loft, basically a lot of the work had already been done and it was actually in a really good condition to do a loft conversion. So that was kind of confirmed why we picked to do it on this house. We always wanted to like maximise every bit of space in whatever house we bought. And me and Ross, who's my husband, absolutely love interior design and design in general. It's something that we really have like a hobby in together. We watch loads of interior stuff, we watch loads of building programs. It's just something that we've always been super interested in, really. And we've never really had the chance on anything that we've had to really like put our stamp on it exactly as we would do it if we was doing it from scratch. So we're very lucky to be able to do what we're doing, and we're honestly loving the process so far. I'm going to take you upstairs in a second, but just to give you a bit of an idea of how long this has been going on for and the timeline as to where we are right now. I appreciate behind me is not aesthetic. There is nothing in this house that's aesthetic at the moment. We're proper living in a renovation. But I have to say, I'm someone who, like in my previous house, was very neat and tidy and organised. In this house I've just kind of been relaxed about it, and as we've gone through this reno, I actually thought I'd find it far more difficult to live in than I have. So if you're thinking about doing a loft conversion, I would say don't be put off by some of the horror stories that you hear, because it's actually, touch wood, so far hasn't been that bad at all. But yeah, just to kind of summarise, I know I'm talking very fast because I want to get on to like the main bit of the video. To summarise where we are, we started in January, which a lot of people thought me and Russ were absolutely crazy for doing any kind of building work in winter. But we actually want this house finished by summer. We're very hot on the fact that we want it to be done by summer, so we've got the whole rest of the year to enjoy it. So we're big into Christmas. We have just done things in our garden. We want to basically have some time to enjoy it this year. So we thought, right, get in there early. Whilst stuff's a little bit quieter, whilst a bit colder, we're going to actually make a start on our loft conversion. So we come back from holiday on the 3rd of Jan, and I think on the 4th of Jan the scaffolders arrived. So they took like 3 days putting the scaffolding up the entire way around the house. We actually have a tin roof put on the house as well, just for it to be completely watertight. I say watertight, to be as watertight as possible, and to keep us covered over, and also to allow the builders to be working out there kind of in any weather. So that was always going to happen. We was always going to have a tin roof, which is absolutely fine. So the tin roof went up and the builder started demoing. A couple of hiccups that we come on to along the way, which wasn't anyone's fault, it was just the nature of doing the reno. The first thing was we had, once everything was stripped back, we had a boiler that was in the corner, which I'm going to show you when we go upstairs. It was in the corner and it was flush against where the new dormer wall needed to be. So basically we had to take that system out and move it into the eaves on the other side of the house, which is on the street side. Doing that caused lots of delays and stuff as well, because floor couldn't be laid until that bit was done, etc. So there were some complications there, but that happened. And also our steel arrived too short, so we had to then wait a couple of days for the new steel to arrive. We also had a storm during that. We had Storm Isla, I think it was. It's all been crazy, but it's actually not been too bad. The only thing I'd say during the storm, the worst thing about this renovation so far, during the storm, the noise of the plastic that goes around the tin roof is horrendous. Like, it honestly sounds like a constant clapping, to the point where I ended up sleeping downstairs because I couldn't sleep like directly below it. It was just so loud, it just kept waking me up. And also, what else? Oh, we had a couple of leaks as well. We had a leak in our bay window, and we also had a leak in the bay window in the dressing room, and it also sounded like water was coming through on top of our bed, which was really scary. And basically that was a hole in the tin roof and water was like collecting on top of our bed. So other than that, it's been absolutely fine. It's been a little bit of noise and we had a couple of nights of leakage. Even that's not been very much though. And yeah, so we are coming up to we started in January, like a month and a half, nearly 2 months in now, and we have I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what we've got. I think this is when it gets really exciting, because this is so cool. I'm going to show you now. Here we go. Right, we're going into what is going to be our bedroom. So this is a staircase that went in 2 weeks ago. Obviously this is going to be fully boxed in at some point as well. It's all going to be neatened up, tidied up, etc. But this whole wall that I'm looking at right now, this is all going to go. So this is going to be a completely open staircase, and the reason for it is because when you come in here, there is a window here. It's absolutely freezing. You come in here and you'll basically have, oh god, you'll have all of the light from the street go straight into the house in this hallway, so it'll be super bright. It's like absolutely what dreams are made of for us. This is like a dream come true. This is a new bedroom that we've actually created. This was one room originally. If you'd seen on my previous videos, this was one room that had a huge wardrobe over there. It was always going to be turned into something like this. We was always going to break it up into parts. But yeah, so this is a newly formed room. This could be an office, but we're actually going to use it as a storage room because we're losing some storage in the loft. But if we was to ever sell this house in the future, obviously this is classed as another bedroom. So that's something that we've obviously had to... Right, nearly just hurt myself. But the windows are like a really cool shape. They're like a triangular shape. Yeah, it's great. However, the windows are changing, but the shape's obviously the same, but it's going to be a different colour. So again, just to give you a bit of an idea, just so I also remember this for years to come, this is the original brickwork. These houses are about 100 years old, or just under 100 years old. So yeah, these bricks would have been laid a very long time ago, so it's kind of like a piece of history that you can actually see. But yeah, this has all been opened up into what's going to be our new bedroom. So I'll walk you through the path and how it works and all the little bits and pieces that we've considered, and then obviously later on I'll show you what it looks like finished, because it's going to look completely different. Okay, so we went for a rounded bottom step. The reason for it is because this is obviously going to be a door here, and we wanted the path to be as wide as possible and also feel like you've got as much space as possible, so that's why we've rounded it off here. Eventually there will be, this radiator will be moving, there will be a mirror leaned up against this wall, maybe like a console unit or something. We're just going to see how we get on with that. Again, you can kind of see the shape there of the windowsills. I just think it's really cool. It's got loads of character. Anyway, something else to inform you as well, if you're planning to do a loft conversion, this is something that all of these details make such a big difference, I think. So we're actually having the post come from this wall, rather than build this wall up, which is obviously going to block a lot of natural light. We've actually just decided to have a handrail go across here, and we've been working with our builders on this kind of thing, and they've been absolutely unbelievable, like with every detail that we've asked for. So that's been great. As we walk up the stairs, you can see these black wires. They're actually going to be sensored floor lights. So basically, as you walk up the stairs, a little bit like a runway. I'm absolutely shivering. It's so bloody cold. As you walk up here, it'll be like a runway, and the lights will have like a very dim light. So if you're coming down the stairs during the night, etc., then that will light up the hallway for you. As you come up here, you're now into our new loft landing, which I absolutely love. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love it. Also, something else, along this ridge here, we're actually going to have this built out so we can rest some pictures and stuff of our family or our wedding or our travels and things like that. That's something we saw in one of the builders' homes that they did to somebody else, and we really liked it. It's just like a little ledge. So as you come up this staircase, you hit this little nook. This is something that me and Ross have been thinking about for a really, really long time. However, we didn't know how to make it work in the space that we have. And it literally just comes to us on Thursday, I think it was Thursday, Friday. And now it's absolutely what we've always dreamed of, to be honest. So, here we go. So you can kind of see the amount of space that we have. This is going to be what would be called a coffee nook or a dry bar. Or some people know it as a wet bar as well. Obviously, we watch a lot of American home renovations, and they call it a wet bar, but we are basically going to have, we've actually had an appointment about it today. We're going to have like a kitchen unit put in here, which is going to have a fridge and also a very, very small sink over here, and we're going to have 2 spotlights coming from this vaulted ceiling. So basically we can keep like milk and Diet Coke and bottles of water or whatever up here. So basically this is like a little hotel themed area. This is exactly what our bedroom's going to be like. We've gone for a very hotel vibe. Actually, sorry, the sink's going to be this side and the fridge is going to be this side. So yeah, this is the amount of space that we're working with. We've got a couple of quotes. We're going to go back and forth and try to get the quotes in a bit more of a comfortable area, but this is literally what we've always dreamed of, something like this. As soon as you come up the stairs outside of the bedroom, just in case there's any noise from the fridge, this will be a nice area. And actually the fridge opens out this way, so you can get to it if you're in the bedroom. So that's the idea of that. On this back wall here, there's actually going to be a mirror, just because I think it will bounce the light around a little bit. I didn't actually mention we've got a Velux. You can't see it because it's not been cut out. We've got a Velux that's going in here as well. So hopefully that will just like flood this area with light. So as I said, you turn around. Sorry if I'm making anyone feel a little bit sick or if there's any echoing. But that's going to be a mirror on that bit. Then we turn around here. Ow, I've just hit my head. And this is going to be a doorway. I'll turn around so you can actually see. This is how vaulted the ceiling is going to be, and I've always wanted a vaulted ceiling. I actually wanted a vaulted ceiling in our kitchen, but it couldn't be done. So yeah, so glad that we've got some kind of angle, because I bloody love the angle. I just think it adds so much character. Anyway, going into what will be our bedroom, just to give you a quick pan of how it's looking so far. I'm going to turn around, I'm going to show you where everything is, where everything's going to go, and what the rough plan is at the moment. Hopefully nothing else changes now, but this is kind of like a bit of an idea of where we are right now. So over in this corner, you'll see that we've got a huge Velux that's going here. Originally we had one smaller one, but the builder asked us if we wanted a bigger one, and it worked out about £100 more to have a bigger one. So we was like, do you know what, let's just do it, because it's going to let more light into this room. So that's going to go there, which is going to be great. I'm really excited for that. Originally, the dry bar that I mentioned on the architect's plans was going to go in this area. Now you stand here, there is absolutely no way it would have fit under there. Obviously, there's no head height for it, so was never going to work. But that's absolutely fine. Something else is going to go there eventually anyway. This gap here is going to be the door to the eave, so we can put things along here and down that side. So like Christmas trees and other bits and pieces that obviously usually go in your loft. So that's what that's going to be. What we're kind of thinking about here is having an air conditioning unit over here. We're getting quotes for these kind of things to see if it falls within our budget and if we can do it. If we can't do it, it's fine, but at least we've kind of looked to see if it's possible before we kind of completely rule it out. Potentially going there or there, because we have to consider the waste pipe and things like that. So that's being thought thought out at the moment. Then this whole area here, eventually me and Ross would love to have children, so we was kind of thinking this would be a great area to have a cot if we are blessed with children. So that's what we're thinking for this area. We could, and we have toyed with the idea at the moment about putting a chaise longue there. We've seen some in HomeSense and other places, but we'll have to see how we get on and how things go really. But that's that kind of area there. So obviously I'm a big lover of stars. So basically the way that this house is, we get sunrises in the morning and sunsets this side. So I just think this would be such a beautiful window to watch the sunset from, especially if you've got like a chaise longue, or you can even do stargazing from there, which is honestly my dream come true. So happy with this area. I think this area is going to be so cool. Then I'm going to pan round to here. You can kind of see the rough outline of the bed and where the unit is. So we're going to have some sockets behind the bedside tables. The bedside tables we've gone for are really wide. I think they're 62.5 centimetres. So they're quite bulky. They've got 3 drawers, but that's what we wanted. We wanted it to feel quite big, I think, to take up some of this space. We didn't want the bed to be kind of lost in this room. So something else we've gone for, which we've seen, again, loads of things. We've done so much research on all these things, and this is how we've kind of come to where we are. We're going to have our plug sockets down there, so they're behind the units. We're then going to have light switches here. So one light switch will turn off the wall hung light that's going here, and one will actually turn off the spotlights which are on the ceiling. So we can both do that from either side. So we can both turn off our own side light, and we can both turn off the ceiling lights. Also next to that, where this area here is, that's actually going to be a USB charging point. So we'll probably end up using that for charging our phones and stuff of an evening, rather than trying to reach down behind the unit to put this in. I originally wanted the plug sockets to go here, but actually going back and forth with Ross and a couple of different things, we was looking at loads of different photos. These 2 boxes next to each other looked really hotel-esque, and we actually really like the look of it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm actually so happy that it's worked out in that way, and that we've explored it. So there's 3 separate points there. Also coming over here, it's exactly the same on this side, so they kind of mirror each other, which is great. As you can see, we've got a king size bed, which we got an absolute deal on, which I'm so happy about. I'll show you when it's all up and decorated. But the king size bed comes out this far, and then these doors, you absolutely can't see them because obviously for security the builders board everything over. So these are going to actually be French doors that open inwards. So they're going to be, I think they're black on the outside and white on the inside. And we're going to, instead of having a glass, not balcony, a glass sheet that goes over the front, which is what they usually do, we're actually going to have black iron railings, which mirrors what will happen in the staircase. So that will kind of tie in together. But yeah, so that'll be beautiful. So we can lay in bed here and watch the sunrise, which I just think is amazing. I'm very happy about that. Then turning around here, you can see this cut out here. That's where our TV is going to be recessed into the wall. We've got a TV downstairs in our living room that's going to go up here. So that's where that's going to go. And yeah, I think that's it for there. We've got some light switches going here and a plug socket here as well. Then this room, which Ross actually says is his favourite room, this is our dressing room. I can't tell you how many hours we spent trying to design this room and trying to make the best use of the space, because if you can see down there, the staircase comes up just slightly halfway across the floor area. The builder said in hindsight the architect should have planned for it to go over to one side or the other, but they didn't. So we've kind of worked with it being right in the middle. I feel like we've made the best of it, and I'm actually so happy with how it's turned out. I think it's turned out exactly at like how it was meant to. So yeah, I mean, I love all this. I think this is just going to have so much character. I actually work in property as well, so for me this is like my dream, like seeing all these things, like these kind of things come to life and kind of problem solving things. I just love it. So anyway, just to give you a rough idea, because I can appreciate the camera's kind of zoomed in. Hey, so I kind of missed a bit. We're having a radiator along this bit here, and we're also having one here, a long thin one against this window. So this is going to be obviously the walkway to the dressing room and to the bedroom. You turn around, and this in front of this big window, this comes down quite far actually. It comes down to like here. Just to stand back, you can kind of get an idea. It's very bright, but you can kind of get an idea of how big it is. Originally I thought it was smaller, but the more light the better, so I'm not complaining. But basically the plan is to have a dressing table that runs along here, and then wardrobes for me that run across this whole wall here. So I've got this side, and then if we turn round, Ross has this corner here and along this wall. So we should end up with a similar amount of storage, to be fair. We've spent many hours with masking tape up here trying to figure out exactly the right layout to maximise all the corners and get as much storage in as we possibly could. So yeah, that is what that area is going to be like. We've got some wardrobe lights going in, and we also have spotlights going in as well over in the middle. So yeah, I think that's it for this room, but I feel like this room's going to really come to life. I think it looks, I can really vision it now. Like now it's all up, I don't know, I'm just getting so excited by it all. I'm just, can't wait for it to be finished, to be honest. Right, so going into the final room of the loft conversion, which is our ensuite. Again, we toyed with originally, again, this seems mad now, originally having the ensuite over there, but with the slope of the roof, it would have just been too tight to be able to get a shower in there, which is what we was originally planning. I don't know what we were thinking, but it absolutely would not work. So we've made full use of the head height that we had from this dormer. Anyway, I wasn't rambling. We're going into the bathroom now, into the ensuite. So this is the space that we have. I'll turn you around and begin over here. So this is going to be where the vanity is. So the vanity in it will be, I'm not having anything that's wall hung because I had a very bad experience with something wall hung. I know it makes it look bigger, and I know that it's easier to clean, but I am a floor hung kind of person, so everything's going to go from the floor. I also want as much storage as possible. So that's going to be a white unit. That is fluted, which is totally me and Ross's vibe. We love fluted furniture and glassware and everything, so that's I'm so excited for that. So that's going to fit into this nook here. We're then going to have a mirror here, which is a heated one, so you don't get the steam around the middle. That's kind of, I didn't even know that was a thing until Ross told me, so I've learnt lots of things in this past week. So that's where the mirror is going to go, on this back wall. On these two side walls, I appreciate this is quite hard to see because there's a lot of wood going on, but on these two side walls we're going to have wall hung lights. So I'm looking at those at the moment, but they're going to be like a brushed gold, so that's going to look fantastic. I'm so excited for this area. I think it's just going to look incredible. Also the tile that we've got goes from the top to like the midway here, and obviously you won't be able to see it because the unit, but it'll be behind the mirror, and the tile is the most beautiful green. I'll show you in a second. So yeah, that's going to look, it's chef's kiss. I'm so excited for that. Then turning around here, this is going to be where the radiator is. On this wall is going to be a brass radiator. It's 800 by 500, so we're thinking it's going to come to about here. So yeah, that's where that's going to go. The complication we had with this room is basically we decided to make best use of the amount of space in this house was to move the boiler into the eaves, and we actually had to replace our boiler anyway because we had already factored in that we needed a new boiler. So this is going to be a boiler room. So this is actually the hatch to get into the boiler, so you can fully like climb into it and get round to service it and that kind of thing. Ross wants to get something called a magnetic wall, so it's basically magnetic strips that go the whole way across, so you can then pull it off, so whoever's needing to go into the boiler can actually fully get into it. So we're exploring options for that. If not, we're going to end up with some kind of door here, so which our builder will put in, which I would be very happy with, to be honest. But it does mean, because we've got the boiler there, we're limited in terms of what we can put on this wall because of things like waste pipes. So this wall is going to be completely free. We may end up putting some kind of storage situation in front of it, but obviously we're going to wait to dress it once it's actually all finished. Then on this wall here, again, just to give you a bit of an idea of what it looks like, unfortunately I can't zoom out any further, but this is where our shower is going to go. So we've gone for a 1000 by 800 shower tray and shower enclosure, which goes here. So this is actually going to be our nook for all of our shampoo bottles and things like that. I did actually go and get some stuff from my bathroom downstairs just to make sure this was the right height, because one of the people I spoke to about having a loft conversion, mentioned that sometimes these are made too small and you can't fit anything on them, so I was scarred. So anyway, I ended up going to get things and get it measured out, and I'm so happy. And we're basically having 3 LED lights here, so I just think that's gonna look really cool. It's gonna like light up the tile. Also, the tile that I've gone for is this wall here and this back wall and the wall there. When I say it's because I've got to pick this bathroom and Ross is doing the downstairs one, so we've both gone like being a bit creative and having our own style in each of the rooms, so that's why I'm saying me. Ross has been has gone through this with me, so he loves everything as well, but I've just like made the choices on this particular one, and downstairs I'll have no say, it'll be completely his design. So wait to see that one. It's gonna actually be really, really cool. But anyway, on this wall, this is where the controls are gonna go, and this shower's gonna go up, obviously up here. It's all a brushed gold, which is really cool. And then we're gonna have an encased toilet here as well. Scott, our builder, I think, like, I don't know, we come up with these really weird ideas, and I think he's a little bit like, right, okay, and then he loves it because he loves like having a go at something like completely different. This shape is the shape of the nook, and this is what I wanted. So I really wanted to like mimic the roof, the angle of the roof. So we've gone for a nook like this, which is going to go all the way back to the wall. So I can put like a candle on here, like a reed diffuser or something like that, and it's also going to have 2 spotlights on it. So I just think that's going to look really cool. I'm really excited about that. And then also over here is another Velux, which is going to go in as well when the roof tiles are put in. So yeah, I think that's it for this room. This room here, the rest of the walls are going to be painted, and the floor is going to be a wood effect tile that's like, I don't know what way we're going to lay it yet, got to decide yet, but yeah, that's going to be on the floor. Then in here we may get LVT. We're kind of just waiting for, we need to go through all the books really and see what we like and what's the price point of each option is. And then in this room, in our bedroom, we're going to have carpet. So the reason for having this room LVT is because I'm a fake tan user, and also I will be doing my makeup in here, so we don't want to risk putting a cream carpet down and then we getting a fake tan mark on it or makeup. So that is why that's going to be some kind of hard flooring anyway. And this is going to be all carpet, and then as we walk downstairs, all downstairs is also going to be carpet. So it's going to be like a cream stony coloured carpet. Down this staircase it's also going to be black iron railings, which is what I mentioned for the balcony. So yeah, that's going to go the whole way down. I think the posts are going to be black as well, and obviously all the skirtings are going to be white. All the alcoves are going to be white. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to look so cool. Also quite colourful in some places, but quite cool. Anyway, I'm going to go show you the tile because the tile is so cool and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I'm now in the bathroom downstairs. This is the tile that we're having. It's called Green Onyx, and this one's an Italian tile. I did look at lots of different types of tile. We actually got this on an offer, so I can't remember exactly how much it worked out because we ordered them all separately. But it's got like greens and blues and this beautiful like rusty gold colour going through it as well, which I think will just look so beautiful with the gold finishes. So yeah, so that's the tile that we've gone for. I literally cannot wait for it to go up. I also think it reminds me a little bit of the Thames, like a little bit of a Thames outline. So that is where we're up to right now. As I said, I think we're just under 2 months into the reno now. We're now, the last things that we're waiting for in terms of getting the loft finished, we are getting boarded up because now we're completely water set. We're getting boarded. We're then having the second electrical fix. We're then having the plumbing and the bathroom tiled and the bathroom installed. And then we're gonna have all the wooden things. Something I didn't mention, on the back wall we're actually gonna have tongue and groove the whole way across, in a shade of pink, which I'm really excited about. So we're gonna have that, and obviously all the skirting boards and the coving put in and things like that. And then yeah, the last thing is the flooring, but we're not too sure what we're gonna do with the flooring because basically the rest of the house still needs to be done. We need to replace the bathroom. One of the, I don't know if you can see here, this chimney breast needs to come out. These ceilings need to come out. So the whole house is still, like, obviously we're starting from the top and working our way down. The whole house still needs to fully be ripped out. There's carpets need to be ripped out. So we're just kind of thinking it might be worth waiting a little bit further down the line before we put the flooring on. But also we want to put our bed up there because we have to use some of the rooms down here for storage for the stuff that's going to happen downstairs. So it's going to be like a case of like moving around the house quite a lot, which is fine. But yeah, so if we had the flooring laid upstairs, at least that whole bit is done. I won't bore you to death with all the different moving plans that we've got to do, but yeah, that is the rough idea of that. But yeah, so far I have to say I'm having such a fun time. Today me and Ross went to another kitchen appointment because where we put the bathroom, we now need to put a steel downstairs, and the steel needs to go directly in the middle of the hob that we had, like the layout of our kitchen. So the kitchens had to be completely moved around, but I'm still really happy with it, which is great. So we had to go and deal with that today. Yesterday we went and picked out the ensuite appliances and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been so much fun. I've absolutely loved it. Like, I'm not taking for granted how lucky we are to be able to do this whole experience. Like, and I have to say as well, the experience that we've had with the builders has been great. So I think, yeah, so far so good. Really enjoying the process. So far I would recommend it to anyone who's thinking about having a loft conversion. Obviously we haven't finished yet and we haven't moved upstairs yet, but yeah, I'm so happy with it. I'm so excited to move up there. So yeah, I'm going to finish this video off here, and I'm going to do another one when there's more to update you on. I think it just makes sense to wait until there's like actually something to show. But yeah, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these kind of videos, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon for another video.